Hi there, my name's Lucy Whelan and I've brought my tree along to see Iqbal as he has been working on it for a few years, and I've brought it back to have a little bit of TLC.
Today we are working on Lucy's jade tree. It hasn't been pruned since I last worked on it, so we're going to remove all these branches which are going downwards and also reduce these this growth at the top and make it much more tighter. And before we get started, I had wired this branch quite some time ago and the wire needs to be removed, so I'm going to remove this wire. So to remove the wire, one has to hold the wire and use the unwinding motion against the finger, my index finger. Otherwise there's a risk of breaking the branch. These branches are very, very brittle and there is no hard wood inside and they can snap very easily. So there is a second wire down here again, which I'm going to undo, and this was really hanging down, and by wiring it up I'm glad it stayed up, otherwise it would have had to be removed, as in bonsai anything going south is not good, growing downwards has to be removed. Well, that wires off and the branch is staying up perfectly well. So we will move on to pruning. The pruning is done by reducing the new growth, leaving one or two sets of leaves, and we are going to leave one set of leaves as I want the tree to be very, very compact. So we will prune it back to about there. And these trees basically are from South Africa, and the elephants constantly are chewing on it, and the more it is pruned, the more they grow. And what will now happen is new growth will come from either side of the leaf, and when that is pruned, from 2 new branches we'll get 4, and when those 4 branches are pruned you'll get 8, and so that way you can build up quite a very, very nice canopy. So we're back with the tree, and I'm going to repeat the process of pruning as I showed in the close-ups, and it's going to be fairly quick at the reduction, and all the branches are going to be reduced. I'm going to continue reducing these branches, leaving between 2 to 4 leaves, and the process is repeated all over the tree. And Lucy is going to take these cuttings back and grow more little jade trees.
So even as small as the tiny, the succulents?
Yes, yeah. No, they are always double.
Okay.
But so reduce it back to there, like that.
Okay.
So you leave between 2 to 4, but I'm going for 2s because we want the tree to be is quite tall, and we want the canopy. The vision that I have is for the tree to fill up, okay, and you end up with an umbrella. All of it should be full of leaves and little branches. Like that's the vision I have, like an umbrella. That's my vision for this tree. Lucy, I know the history of the tree. Would you like to repeat again?
Yeah, I'd be delighted. So I actually call the tree Barry, which is possibly a bit crude, but when I was 18 I used to call all 3 of my brothers Barry, even though they're called John, James and Jack, particularly John. And then it just seemed right that whilst I was away from them that I would have a Barry with me at art school in Paris, which is where the tree is actually from. So when I was in Paris back in 2001, so I left school and was lucky enough to go to art college in the 7th on Rue du Sèvres, and my parents on my first day greeted me with this large paper bag and said, right, come back to the hotel, we've got something to show you. And so I said, okay, great. Anyway, we got up there and I opened this big paper bag, and there was this jade, and my parents were sort of grinning at me, and I said, wow, where is this from? And they said, well, you know where you're going to be living for the next year? Just around the corner, just around the corner from Duroc, which is on the way up to the Tour de Montparnasse, there is a beautiful shop called L'Arbre de Vie, and we couldn't help but wander in, and this is what we found. So this particular tree, they said sort of eagerly, do you know, it's already 12 years old? And I was like, wow, that's amazing, 12? It's incredible. And they said, yeah, so we thought he could be, or she could be a sort of companion for you whilst you're on your own here in Paris, trying to make it as a fashion designer. So I said, well, thank you very much. And from then on, we have been together, and Barry used to sit on my desk and watch me do my homework at art college, and they'd always ask after the tree, and I used to take it backwards and forwards to L'Arbre de Vie to be looked after, and yeah, that's sort of how it's happened, really.
I nearly forgot to remove these downwards growing branches. This is quite a nice branch, and I'm going to get Lucy to propagate it. You are much better at watering than you were when I first met you, but it's still a little bit heavy with your watering.
Rather like me, overwatered.
Yeah, you need to reduce the watering. I've removed a little dead root from the surface, and that's a sign of overwatering. Okay. And what you do is you move the soil, the top dressing, and actually you can see that the soil is, even just visually, the soil is moist, and if you put your finger in there, if it feels that moist, don't water it. These trees are not like deciduous trees. Inside there is no hardwood. These are succulents, and succulents are exact opposite of deciduous trees, and they need less water, and when there is less water, the roots will grow and they will expand and go searching for water. So for that reason, we need to water less.
Okay.
And next year when we repot, so go easy on the watering. I expect to see a lot of roots when we next repot it.
Okay.
And
it's a real fear, actually, to not. But I think you have to completely unlearn.
You have to,
idea,
because this is exact opposite. These are exact opposite of house plants or deciduous trees. We are now going to give the pot a quick clean, and I have done a video on pot cleaning using leaf shine, and it should not be used on the rest of the plant, just to clean the pot, and just spray it and leave it, and it will also take care of the watermarks. There are watermarks right at the bottom of the pot and this line here, and the leaf shine will also take care of that. Well, there we are, Lucy's tree, nicely pruned. The pot is sorted and cleaned, and I'll give it a quick 360. That's the back of the tree, and that's where we started. That's the front. That's all for now, folks. Thanks for watching, and to watch more, please subscribe. This is Iqbal Khan for mikbonsai in West London.
Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing today's afterthought. So the question is, what is long, brown and sticky? A twig. Well, Iqbal thought it was funny.
New growth, leaving between 2 to 4 trees. Did you hear that? Leaving between 2 to 4 trees. I'm kidding myself.
Is that something like a period drama or something?
Mr. Groves?
Selfridge, Mr. Selfridge.
Yeah, Mr. Selfridge, yeah.
Oh yes, of course. I know exactly the scene because they.
Yeah, if you go into the square, as you're coming back, it's the first house on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
There's another one.
Where are you all going on holiday? No, this one's coming back.
They're landing, you see.
Yeah.
They're coming into land. It's okay. At least half is done.
So good. Like, that was so nearly it.
Yeah.
Oh, a parrot.
Oh, we've got loads of them here. They come here.
I'm just practicing. I'm doing today's afterthought. So, the question is, what is long, brown and sticky?